All right, here we go. Man, I wanted to be wrong about this a few years ago when I said, yo, something smells fishy. Something smells fishy, and I'm not talking about bad coochie. Something smells fishy with this organization. I said it years ago. I didn't want to be right on this. Now, Patrisse Cullors, she's stepping down. She abruptly quits with no explanation. That's just what the headline says. She actually has an explanation. And she's, this is with the accusations of her spending donations on herself. She bought the $3 million with a home that was worth $3.2 million. She went on a buying binge. She's got a multi-year TV development deal. I'm like, hold up, and I had to do a background check. I was like, hold up, what did she do? I know they say she was a teacher at this private university, Prescott College, but I'm like, hold up, TV deal. This is what happens when you got money. You just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy a TV network or something. I'm just gonna get me a development deal. You could just do shit. So she basically cashed out. She pulled the cash app. She cashed out. She said, I'm out of here. It's too much heat going on, and I don't got time for this. Now, hold on. I'm going to play the clip of her
Hey everybody,
explanation.
welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be here, and yes, you read it right. Today I am going to be talking about me transitioning out of Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation.
All right, now listen to the key word, transitioning. Yeah, you resigning, you stepping down, you hauling ass, you bouncing. You know what I mean? Transition, nah, you ain't you getting the fuck out of Dodge. And speaking, it's crazy how people who were looked at as people that were looked at as civil rights heroes a year ago are all falling around the same time. T.I. and Tiny was just at a church a couple days ago begging for prayer. They in trouble. Years ago, he was looked at as, Martin Luther T.I. People was like, oh, T.I. this, T.I. that. I told you it was all manufactured. They had Keisha Lance Bottoms. She recently said she's not gonna run again for mayor. She's basically stepping down too. You know what I mean? Everybody is like, it's all falling apart.
I know.
Yeah, I know too.
I couldn't have told you that when I started Black Lives Matter with Alicia and Opal, how it would change and transform not just my life, but millions of Black people across the globe. And for over 7.5 years, I was in the day-to-day of that organization, working with our chapters, working alongside elected officials, challenging the police. And at the end of 2019, many of you don't know this, I actually stepped back. I didn't make a public announcement. I really wanted to see the next generation of leadership lead. And
Get the fuck out of here. The next generation. This woman's 37 years old. What are you talking about? The next generation. Like technically you're a millennial. What are you talking about? The next, like all these excuses. So it was just too much. Now imagine if Martin Luther King said, you know what, y'all, I'm stepping down. Me and Coretta gonna take a couple years off, and we gonna recoup, or we gonna, imagine if Malcolm X said, I'm gonna get a TV deal and I'm out. Not to compare them to those, but you get what I'm saying? Like this whole organization, how it was started off. I mean, first, this is what happens when you have no leadership. How three random women who have an agenda that has nothing to do with pro-blackness could just come together randomly in a real tense time with racial social issues in America and say, we just gonna start an organization and take advantage of black people's emotions and run with it. And niggas fell for it. Excuse me. And for people, if you own Black Lives Matter merchandise, I hope you brought it from your neighborhood bootlegger or hustler. Because even if you want to look down on those brothers, I don't care if it's the sock man, the nigga that sells socks out the shopping cart. That's black money running through the black community at least. That's the black dollar you talk about. I'd rather buy it from him than buy it, go on their website and support them. Y'all made these people rich, and now she's cashing out. She said, nah, your struggle ain't my struggle no more. I got money, I'm good, I'm set. Her and her wife.
when the uprising happened last year, folks inside of Black Lives Matter asked me to come back. And I had to really think about it. Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. I love the work. And so, yes, I came back and I've been here, and it was always supposed to be interim. And so now is my time. Many people are probably like, oh God, who's going to be showing up for the movement now? Who's going to be showing up for the organization now? No worries, y'all. There are amazing, competent folks inside of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. We have amazing leaders at Black Lives Matter Grassroots. One thing that's important.
Yeah, bullshit. Okay, now this is what Al Sharpton's minions is what I call them. His proteges like Tamika Mallory, my son, them as far as I'm concerned. Also, these are Al Sharpton and Messy Jesse and them. They Benjamin Crump. They're grooming the next generation of fraudulent activism. You know, like I said, Al Sharpton got a private jet. You know what I mean? And he be taking selfies all the time. This man got a private jet. He flew out to Minnesota to the Derek Chauvin trial where he said, we're going to stand and we're going to kneel for 8 minutes and 50 seconds because that's what time. And they thought they did something with that. I'm like, really? I'm messing up my pants to take a knee for 8 minutes because this is going to do what? All due respect to George Floyd in his life. What are we doing here? This is the best thing you could come up with, and you flew here from New York. You know what I mean? Like this business. Like I said, I don't recall Malcolm X getting a damn Ford deal, a dealership deal, a car deal, endorsement. You know what I mean? Imagine if Rosa Parks just said, you know what, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all can go sit back and on the back of the bus. I'm done. I got what I got, and fuck the rest of y'all. Crab in the barrel mentality. This shit is crazy.
For you to know, we became a large organization literally overnight.
Yeah, we know that.
Organizations our size take about a year to figure out what they're going to do so they can manage the money well, so they can manage processes well. And so this team is going to take time to really figure out what the next steps are for this org. It makes me feel hopeful about what's possible, hopeful about being able to change the very systems that have harmed us for so long. I feel excited. I feel excited for our movement, and I feel excited for me and my next journey.
Oh yeah, we know you feel excited about your next journey. You got worth of $3 million worth of bread. We know you fucking excited. No shit. You know what I mean? No shit, you excited. You got that big house on the hill with you and wifey. You know, they might be on a trip in Argentina or somewhere, kicked up, drinking drinks out of pineapples and coconuts and shit. But and some people, the ignorant ones, say, "Oh, you hating." Now some people, Jason Whitlock said, so Patrisse Cullors is cashing out of her BLM with 4 luxury homes, a book deal, and a production deal with Warner Brothers. Not a bad haul of deaths of Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. Her and her wife can continue on with their work with LBGT issues. Yo, Jason Whitlock been talking some real spill lately. I know we call him Coonlock, but he been working with Curtis Coon, and yeah, I don't know. Like maybe Whitlock done got away from the machine, and now he's starting to talk like a black man, a 50-something-year-old black man. But yeah, some people are giving it to her, but she's not getting as much heat as she probably should. This is cowardly. This makes the movement look like a fucking joke that we already know that it is. And like I say, manufactured, just like the little baby stuff, Benjamin Crump, them at the White House, all of this shit just looks, it has no authenticity to it. And when you see resignment from so-called leaders, it's like, well, what the fuck? You know? Now, I wouldn't care about how much bread Shorty made if she was actually putting something towards black folks, black people, but that's not what they doing. How much they got? Like 90 million last year. What did they do with that? Nothing. People in Flint still got dirty water. They had a hookworm crisis somewhere in Alabama. Like, this shit is bad out here. You know? Like I said, I know because I've lived in the suburbs and I've lived in the hood. When I lived in the suburbs, the gas stations out there didn't take EBT. That wasn't accepted as a possible transaction use. You know what I mean? Like the resources we have are not what it used to be. A lot of black people can't swim, didn't have resources to go swimming. You know what I mean? A lot of black kids don't get into sports like baseball and tennis and all these other sports because it costs money to get in there. You don't have resources, your school ain't got it. You limited to just basketball, football, or track or something. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of things that they could do with that money, and they don't do shit. They just stacked it up and said, you know what, we good. Fuck y'all. That's that crab in the barrel shit. You know, I forgot all about D-Ray, the dude with the blue vest. He kind of went low key too, because remember he had a lot of heat on him at one point. But yeah, he's down with them too. He was just pushing his LBGT shit. But these people are in their mid-30s, and her excuse was, we trying to see what the next generation is doing. What you act like you fucking 50 plus, 60 years old. Just keep it a buck. I got my bread. See y'all niggas later. You know what I mean? Just be honest. What the word? They already hate you. Only the stupid ones and the people that's down with your fuck shit is important to you at this point. So you might as well keep it a buck. All right. Let me know what y'all think, man. And hit that thumbs up.